Hello everyone, this is Aaron. Today I want to talk to you about my FX Impact Mark 1. And I want to do two things here. I want to give you a little history of the gun in general, and I want to give you a history of the problems I had with them and the fixes that were done by FX USA. Because the latest one just happened and I just got the gun back. It's sitting right here. And we're going to open it up and take a look at it in a second. But first of all, let me just talk a little bit about the history of this gun and that sort of thing. So I bought the gun in September of 2016. And when I got the gun, it was the anticipation was crazy. I guess anyone out there who has ever ordered one of these things and had it on its way, or any gun on its way, has felt the same way. But when I got it, I really loved the gun. It was accurate. It was really quiet in a 25. When I got it in two barrels. I got a 25 cal and 177 cal. Because I already had a Wildcat in 122 and .22. So I wanted to have all three cals. And I will say this, that the shroud on the 177, that extended shroud on the Mark 1 is a joke. It's not quiet. When the 25 cal is quieter than the 177, you know that something's wrong there. That telescopic shroud on that was terrible. That's the only thing about it though. Other than that, I love the gun. So I took the gun to the range. I shot it quite a bit. And in December, I noticed when I was shooting it that the guns tended to teeter-totter because the thing that holds the gun, where the bipod sits, is right at the center of the gun. Okay, I decided if I could move that forward and get more weight on the back of the gun, it would be more accurate. And it turned out to be. And so I did a video, this video right here, on the bipod fix for that gun. And I must say it must have went over big, because now I think it comes on the Mark III. And if it doesn't, it's an aftermarket. It's been an aftermarket part for all three of the guns ever since I did the video. About maybe a year after I did the video, so it popped up. So I'm glad that fix went national, international, I guess you would say. But anyway, so I did that video on it, did a review on it because I love the gun so much. And then 2 years later, in 2018, I had a major problem with the gun. It started stacking pellets because of lack of power. I won't get into that because I did this video on it. And in that video, I described what was going on. They were stacking pellets. But also, I tried to fix it myself when I depressurized the gun. When I depressurized the gun, I couldn't get the rig to repressurize. It just kept leaking. And so I said in this video, hey, if you got this gun, do not depressurize it and leave it depressurized for several days, because you're going to get a leak around the regulator. So I took the gun in to Ernest Rowe, who was working on the guns at that time. He fixed the gun and sent it back to me. Perfect. Everything's sealed. And hey, shooting great again. So then we jump forward 4 years, and I look at I'm out there and I'm changing the barrel from the 25 cal back to the 177, and I noticed that the regulator that had been set at 110 had crept up to 145 about. I said, oh, I got to fix that. So I come in and I depressurize the gun. I do it a half a turn and try to repressurize the gun. Same thing as last time. Leak around the regulator, and it could not fix it. So again, now that's present day. We send the thing in. So on August the 3rd of this year, I sent it to FX USA, and FX USA sat there probably about 3 weeks, and then I got a call from Chris, and he said, Aaron, we have your gun here, and I'm about to start working on it. What do you want done? I noticed in your letter you were asking about some certain things. So he went over in detail what he could do to update the gun. They had a lot of updates for the gun that would bring it up probably to the level in terms of some of the parts in it to at least the Mark II. And so I listened to him for a while. And I said, no, I think I'm going to sell the gun. I don't know if I'm going to even keep it. Cause I bought a Mark II used, and so I might sell this gun. So let's just do this. I want you to go through the whole gun and change all the O-rings, make sure everything in there, all the O-rings are new and everything. Because if I do sell it, I don't want to get any leaks on anybody else. And if I decide to keep it, I would like for it to go another 4 years before it has any more problems. So he said, okay, fine, I'll get back with you, and he hung up. And then on April 11th, he got back with me, and this is what he had to say. I want you to listen to him, because this guy here is good. I mean, he communicated with me so well, kept me informed on every step of the way. And so let me just play this back for you, what Chris had to say to me that day, the left message he left for me. We subsequently called him back, got this taken care of. But listen to this.
Good morning, Aaron. This is Chris with the FX USA Tech Department. I just wanted to give you a courtesy call to let you know that your rifle's been completely resealed, cleaned up and lubricated. Everything's good with it. So I'm going to turn it over to customer service so that they can get the invoice generated, and they'll contact you with any information that they need. If any other questions, just give us a call. Our number here is 866-639-0772. Option 1 for customer service, and ask for Chris. Thanks. Hope you have a good day.
Now that's professional, okay? And this guy was like that all the time. You know, we talked at least, I think I talked to him 3 times. And every time he was like that, just communicate with me, ask me anything you want, here's the number. Wow, you know, the customer service doesn't have anything on their tech service. I can tell you that from experience right here, right now. But I just wanted to do that. The next thing we're going to do, I'm going to pop up right here everything that he did for my gun. He did quite a bit in terms of that, and they did give me an itemized list of everything he's done and put it right here. So that was what I heard from Chris. And let me just say this, Chris is a great communicator all throughout this whole process. So let me just go through and talk about the timeline a little bit, because I know that people have been saying to me, and I think I may have even said it myself, you know, FX USA, all those impacts out there, all the problems they're having and everything, if you ever send your gun to FX USA, it's going to take you a year to get it back. Well, let's take a look. Let's test that theory, because right now I got a chronological timeline right in front of me of exactly how long my gun was there to the time they got it back to me, and everything that happened within the process of that period of time. So let's just go through it. So if in case you ever send your gun in, there's a chance that this will be very close to your timeline. Okay. So the gun was mailed to FX USA on March 3rd. It took about a month for Chris to get back to me to say that my gun, they were now ready to work on my gun. That he was now ready to work on my gun. So he gave me all the options that we could do, all the upgrade ideas, everything. And I just decided, hey, you know, Chris, let's just go ahead and just seal the gun, put in all new O-rings, and just make sure it's, you know, it's not leaking, and just get it back to me that way. He said, fine. That was right around April 3rd. April 11th, he contacted me with the message you just heard that the gun was fixed. And I was really happy about that. On April 14th, I got an invoice through my email, and I paid that invoice the next day on the 15th. Then on the 16th, I received a receipt back from them saying that the gun was paid for. And I did end up calling them on the 21st, asking where the gun was, because I thought I would get it within 3 or 4 days of paying. I actually got it back on the 24th. And so that's the timeline. I sent it in on March 3rd. I got it back on April 24th. So you have to figure out what that time period is. But anyway, here's the gun. I still haven't unboxed it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox this and then put it together. And if there's any problem with it, I'll let you know. There's no point in seeing you see unboxing a gun that's 5 years old or me putting it together or anything. But if there's nothing else to report on, you'll see this in future videos. If there is something to report on, I will get back to you and say, hey, you know, they messed up. I got to send the gun back. But barring that, that's all I wanted to do today, was just tell you about the history of this gun, the repair problems I've had with it, how those problems have gotten resolved. And I will say this, you know, the tech department at USA, FX USA, is top notch. If all of them are like Chris was and treating all their customers the way Chris treated me, they're A+. Now, their customer service department, never heard from them people. I mean, I had to call them, where's my gun? I mean, when am I going to get this? When am I going to get that? and they just bang out emails. No personal contact at all. You're gonna get everything through email. If you want to talk to them, you talk to them through email. But I guess you don't need to really talk to them except through email, because the stuff you really want to hear is from the technician. So with that, I'm going to close this video out. I hope it's been of help to some of you guys, and can't wait to get this Impact back out there. I'm going to be taking it to the range with my Mark II, and doing some videos this summer. I knew I had closed the video out, but I had to come back because I wanted to take the gun out of the box and just get everything together and just make sure that it was functioning properly, and it is. He got the compressor set back to 110 as I asked. He cleaned the inside of the gun, and all new O-rings, and it's ready to go. I went in, I chronoed it. I'm shooting at 925 feet per second. I just took it outside and re-zeroed it, because when I took the scope off, put it back on, of course, you're never going to put it on exact, so I had to make a minor adjustment there to get it zero at 30. And it's ready to go. And you might notice on here, this is my 177. This is a sliding barrel. What I've done is I've gotten an adapter for the front, and now I have a shroud on here that has really quieted this thing down. I'll probably do a video on that in the near future. But right now, this thing is really quiet. And plus, I put in, as you saw in some other videos, I put in some extra homemade baffling in here. And then I added the shroud to the front, so that's really quieted down. There's no noise now. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. The gun is functioning good. Shout out to FX USA, especially to Chris, for all his work on this gun. And we'll have another video to post soon. You guys keep it safe. See you.